Hello, my name's Sandra Peachey, and I trust that whatever time of day, be it morning, afternoon or evening, that this video finds you, that you are doing well today. Now, I wanted to talk to you around the subject of what I call getting in the car. I'll explain what that means as we go through. Basically, I'm at the moment on the brink of some huge changes in my life, some big events in my calendar. Next year, my first book is published, which is just amazing and just takes me to such realms of terror and excitement, both in almost equal quantities that I couldn't even begin to articulate that for you now. And other big thing that's coming up in my calendar is that in a week's time I will be at a conference, and for me not just any old conference, but Damsels in Success Ignite 2012 conference. And a lot of you will know that I am in fact a leader of two gorgeous groups, Burton-on-Trent and Glasgow, within the Damsels in Success community. Now, I run monthly events, and there's kind of a cycle to this. At the day or so before and on the day, I get lots of cancellations and people telling me that they can't come to the live event for all sorts of reasons, and often I understand that, of course, life gets in the way of these things. That is completely natural, that life happens. And it's interesting now that leading up to the conference, I'm starting to get, within a week of this amazing 2-day, which I believe will be a life-changing event, is lots of people coming into my field of vision and saying to me, I can't come, I can't make it. This is going on for me, I'm feeling this has happened, I've got this bill to pay, and all these obviously completely valid things that go on for us in life. And I remembered years ago a pattern that I used to go through with my mother. She passed away in the summer, and I made a real conscious effort through our time together that we would just have the most amazing time together, and I was in the business of arranging treats and special days out and massages and day trips and mini holidays and all sorts of amazing things, so we could just have a fantastic time together. And I would put a lot of care and love and attention to making these treats, and I would turn up on the day of the aforementioned treats. Ta-da! Here's the day. And my mum would have kind of worked herself into not today, no, I'm ill, I'm depressed, I don't have the right dress, this person said that to me, I've got this bill to pay, this has happened, I just can't do it. And when I just sort of focused really on my mother, I would just quietly say to her, you know what, Mum, I believe if you come along and do this thing, you will just have an amazing time, that you'll enjoy it, and I appreciate all these things that have been going on for you, but why don't you just get in the car and we'll go there and we'll see how it goes, and if you really can't face it, then I'll bring you back. And so Mum would get in the car, and I can tell you without fail that every time we had that conversation, and it was many times, that she always had a great time, and she was always really glad that she had got in the car. And it's almost like a pattern we never fell out of. I remember the biggest occasion was for her 80th birthday. I had just arranged the most amazing day for her. We were going to see her favourite band in concert, a complete VIP experience, and I got dressed and ready and excited, and I turned up on the day, turned up on her doorstep, ta-da! And of course Mum was running her pattern, and she was even lower than usual, and I just can't do it. I don't know what to wear, and I feel terrible, and all these things are going on. Now I'd like to tell you that I gently said to her, Mum, just get in the car. I'm afraid I didn't that time. I went off on one. I was basically a rocket that went into outer space in terms of ire and anger and blame, and how could you, when I've gone to all this trouble, di-da. And it wasn't a gentle, just get in the car, Mum. It was get in the bleep, 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 king car. And my mum could give as good as I gave on that occasion, but it was so funny. It was so unlike me, actually, in my normal laid-back self. She kind of climbed rather sheepishly and a bit scared, I think, into the car. At which point, of course, I realised how I'd been, and I breathed and apologised and just said to her, look, do you just want to come and have an amazing day with me? And you know what? She got on the car, and I completely treasure that gorgeous day that we had together. It meant so much to both of us. And the reason I tell this story is that I guess it's my mother's patterns, and I can see myself running the same thing, because I can tell you that being a published author for the first time is bringing out all sorts of things for me. And on many occasions I think, you know what, I don't want to go through with this. Perhaps the fear of failure, or how people will see me, or the extra effort, or the having to stretch my boundaries is just, it's not worth it. I would rather be safe and stay within familiar boundaries and territories. And the conference is a week away, and I can't tell you how much I've looked forward to this amazing 2 days. I went through it last year. I loved every minute of it. I got so much out of it. I saw so many women that went to it tell me that it had quite literally changed their lives. It was the best event of that sort that they had ever seen, and they had a whale of a time. And yet, you know what? I'm kind of going through my stuff at the moment, and it's like, gosh, I've got so much on my plate at the moment. It's like the last thing I could do with. I'm going to go on stage and speak. Do I really want to do that? I've got to put effort into doing that. You know, what will I wear? Where will I go? What will the arrangements be? I've got to cram this in there, fit this in there, do that there, prepare this there, get 50,000 other things done before I can go and do that. But the thing is, as someone who is a coach and someone who often talks through these issues with other people, I know that when these big life-changing opportunities come up, we are tested, and we're mainly tested by ourselves. Those of you that know the work of Richard Wilkins in Broadband Consciousness will be aware of this concept of the script, or what Susan Jeffers calls the chatterbox. It's that negative voice in your head that says you can't, or you shouldn't, or here are a million compelling reasons why you should not do that thing. Now again, I say to you, I understand that life happens. I understand that bills have to be paid, that situations happen, and that's life. But I would also invite you to think, is that what's going on for me right now, or could it be the script wanting to keep me in that safe and potentially smaller place? Could it be that whether it's the conference, whether it's a book, or whatever's going on for you in your life, some big event, some potential happening coming up for you, could it be by not doing it, or going along with reasons and those thoughts for not doing it and staying where we are, could mean that we're playing things dangerously small? So that's my question to you, and just listen to it with an open heart and think, is this me or is it my script? And really, if I was just given the choice with nothing to hold me back, what would I choose to do? What would I really choose to do that would serve me and that would serve the world? I can't answer that question for you. Only you could ever do that. But I see so many people going through this, and I'm going through it myself, to be honest with you. So I want to work this out with you, and I'll ask myself that question, and I will keep asking myself that question this week, and I will prepare myself to have the most amazing time next weekend. I'm looking after myself, I'm eating healthily, I'm slowing down, if anything. I'm doing all the things that are right for me, and I would just ask for you to do the same. And at the end of the day, I would invite you, whatever that means for you, to get in the car. So that's my message today. Lots of love and hugs, and I hope to see you on the road to life, whether it be next weekend or as a reader of my beautiful book, Peachy Days. But here's to the journey and getting in the car on the way to that journey. Thank you, and bye for now. This is Sandra Peachey.